Kiranji, can I begin?
Yes, I think we should go ahead. We are good. We are in time. A lot of people are logged in. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Gauri Suri, Secretary of Flow Uttarakhand Chapter. Would like to welcome you all to our webinar session on online business success codes for entrepreneurs under the leadership of our chairperson, Ms. Kiran Bhattacharya. I would like to give a warm welcome to all our members of the Flow community, Pan India, all past presidents Pan India, and all our other attendees. I would also like to welcome Ms. Nazia Yusuf, our immediate past chairperson.
Sorry, we can't hear you.
Not able to hear you.
Sorry, from the beginning. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Gauri Suri, Secretary of Flow Uttarakhand Chapter. Would like to welcome you all to our webinar session on online business success codes of entrepreneurs under the leadership of our chairperson, Ms. Kiran Bhattacharya. I would like to give a warm welcome to all our members of
Off screen.
Is it going on?
Yes.
Ms. Komal Batra, our Senior Vice Chairperson, Dr. Neha Sharma, Vice Chairperson, Ruchi Jain, our Treasurer, Tripti Behel, our Joint Secretary, Charu Chauhan, Joint Treasurer, and Vedya Shikha Prasad. I would now request our chairperson, Ms. Kiran Bhatt, to address the viewers.
Thank you, Gauri. Am I audible?
No.
Okay. Good afternoon, ladies. It's my pleasure to welcome each one of you personally. In today's session, we are introducing a series for our members' children who are young entrepreneurs. We at Flow Uttarakhand feel very happy to provide a platform for the young performers. Flow is a women wing of Federation of Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industries, which is the largest apex body of industry and commerce in India. Our members comprises of entrepreneurs, professionals, and corporate executives. We represent more than 40 industries in Flow Uttarakhand. As in this new normal situation, our businesses being immensely affected, we being confined to our homes most of the time and not being able to resume our work properly. Therefore, Flow Uttarakhand has organized today's webinar on online businesses, success code for entrepreneurs, where we will learn how to resume online business. I am extremely delighted to introduce today's speaker and expert with us, Mr. KSHITIJ Doval, an established name who will share with us and help the entrepreneurs of Uttarakhand on understanding of online business through his skills and online expertise. A very warm welcome to you, Kshitij. I would like to share a little note about our speaker. He is an entrepreneur. He is also the founder and CEO of Sales for Brand, a sales-focused marketing agency, UNU School of Execution, an online school, Doval and Company, a sales and marketing consultancy. He has been awarded Best in Entrepreneurial Abilities by CEO of Luxor Group. He has been awarded Best in Business, acumen by MIT University.
EMI? ये मैं check
There's a background sound. As a professional public speaker, he has represented national and international events like NetCon in 2019, which held in Bangalore, along with the Honorable Vice President of India, Sri Venkaiah Naidu, and several industry leaders from Tata. Can you mute everybody's mic, please? He attended this NetCon with the Sri Venkaiah Naidu, our Vice President of India, several industry leaders from Tata, Infosys, Wipro, Volvo, and many more. He was also a chief speaker at the 40th All India Public Relations Conference 2019, held in Dehradun, Uttarakhand, along with the Chief Minister of Uttarakhand and several other industry leaders. He teaches copywriting, communication, closing as well as digital marketing to students all over India through online webinars, courses and programs. Once again, I would like to give you a warm welcome on behalf of our founder chair, our immediate past chairperson, and myself, OB and executive committee. Thank you, and we're looking forward to hear you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ms. Kiran. That was such a nice introduction. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ms. Gauri, and to every single person. I'd like to raise special thanks to Ms. Neha as well as my mother, Anuradha. So this is like a wonderful opportunity that I've gotten here, and we've got a good connection of people. Thank you so much for having me here. I'd like to raise an extra warm welcome to all my students as well as some of my friends who joined here. And this particular session is going to be all about how to run online businesses, tips and tricks despite the COVID-19 situation happening at the current time.
I just want to say Gauri would like to introduce our day chair first. Yeah.
Just now, it's my pleasure to introduce to all of you our day chair, Ms. Anuradha Doval. She is the director of Doval Closures Private Limited, a plastic injection molding company in Selakwi, one of the leaders in liquor closures. She has an experience of more than 15 years in the manufacturing industry and more than 5 years of corporate experience in companies like Coca-Cola, Togo, and Carlsberg. Her story was selected in the 100 successful women entrepreneurs in MSME, inaugurated by Shri Nitin Gadkari, Minister of Road Transport and Highway, Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, Government of India. Anuradha ji, over to you.
Am I audible? Hello? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Gauri. Thank you. Hello, everybody. A warm welcome to all the participants, Pan India. I'm honored to be the day chair for a new concept of Young Entrepreneur Series introduced by Flow Uttarakhand. My heartiest congratulations to the chairperson and the team of Flow Uttarakhand for coming up with such a fantastic idea. The idea of Young Entrepreneur Series is to not only empower the women, but also to empower all the young talents, their enthusiasm, ideas, and their achievements through interactive sessions, providing new insights and solutions to accelerate the business. I therefore, not taking enough time of yours, now invite today's speaker, Mr. KSHITIJ Doval, to start this session. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right. So without further ado, I think I should start now. I think I'll just try sharing the content here. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey guys, my name is KSHITIJ Doval, and there have been some very, very warm greetings out here. Thanks to each and every person. Let's get started. And I'm here for the next 1 hour, wherein we are going to make sure that this 1 hour is worth everybody's time. And I'll make sure that there are a lot of value bombs dropped in the coming 1 hour. So we're going to be talking about online businesses, success codes for entrepreneur. This is especially for people who. So I'll first of all go for who's the session for. Uh, it's a session for you if you have a running business but wish to take it online. Second, it's for people if you have an online business but you need more growth online. Maybe you're getting some sales, maybe some customers, but not really, getting a lot of clients or customers online. Third, if you ever plan to start your own business, this particular session is for you. So, what all are we going to cover? First of all, let's directly get into that. There are going to be 7 major milestones that we're going to cover in the coming 1 hour. And we're going to first of all talk about the industries that have been hit due to COVID-19. Second, we're going to talk about industries during the COVID-19 pandemic that are actually growing. 3, online aggregator platforms. Fourth, we're going to talk about what are most businesses missing out. What is that secret sauce out there? Then we're going to talk about the power of attention. We're going to talk about marketing on steroids. Like how can you actually get the right kind of attention of the right people? And finally, I'm going to give you all a blueprint to get regular clients and customers for your business online. So let's get started. Thank you very much to everyone. Just one sec. Yeah. I hope everything's all right. Everybody can hear me. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I can't see some screens, so that's why. Okay. So first of all, industries hit by COVID-19. Before we start, is that all right? First of all, because I'm not very used to just giving presentations. I usually kind of, what do we call it? Okay, here it's open. I can see some people. Yeah. I'm not used to giving presentations directly like a monologue. I usually prefer people, mute please. I usually prefer people to kind of, yeah. Okay, I usually prefer a sort of a dialogue. So I would really appreciate each and everyone. I know we might not be able to connect because not everybody's mic can be unmuted. But please smash that, keyboard or your phone if you're on your phone, and please engage with me via text so that I can keep reading all that and we can keep getting some nice insights out there. Thank you. Okay, so let's start with industries hit by COVID-19. We all know that COVID-19 has really affected a lot of businesses around the globe, not just in India. It's already crossed that the time that back in 2007-8 when the world financial crisis hit. So what are the industries that are actually hit by COVID-19? Number one, the airline industry. The airline industry has certainly been hit very, very badly. Second, hotels. Third, restaurants. Restaurants are another businesses that people are really scared of going out now, and that's one of the reasons why restaurants are really not doing that well compared to the business times before. Then films and movie theaters is another business that's going down. Event businesses have really gone through a very bad time at this current time. Shipping business, and when I say shipping, I mean international borders, like shipping going internationally. Then we have automobile industries, retail is going down, tech is going down, gyms going down, construction and real estate at its lowest, and oil and gas have been affected really badly because of COVID-19. Let's talk about now. This is interesting. We've already gotten what all things. Sorry. So we've already gotten an idea that what all things have been going bad. But now is the time for people, if you want to understand what all things have actually, there's actually a ray of hope out there for the people who are thinking, oh my God, what are we supposed to do during this point of time? Let me kind of help you out there. I am new to Cisco, so kindly, 1 second. How do I share my screen again? Yeah, I think I can see it now. 1 sec. How do do I share my screen here? 1 second. Okay, I can see it now. Okay, going back, let's talk about the industries that are booming during the COVID-19 times. Gifts and occasions. No matter how bad the times are, people will always celebrate occasions and like giving gifts, personalized gifts, or whatever they are. Industries that are booming during COVID-19 definitely includes gifts and occasions. They really do well during this point of time too. Home and garden. Now that people are not going out, people are planning to do things at home which are constructive, something that really benefits them. And home and garden is another industry that's doing extremely well. Health and fitness. Now, many people will ask me, I just included gyms, and what about health and fitness? This does not make sense. Health and fitness will be doing well. When I say health and fitness, people are now getting lazier than ever because they're all at home. So obviously, things are not the same anymore. So now there are many people who are now doing fitness online. So for example, there's Cult Fit. Cult is actually conducting online sessions wherein a lot of people can come together in order to be fit and do things online, but with each other. So these kind of industries are doing extremely well. Fourth, FMCG. Now we all know the need of essentials are going on a rise, and at this point of time, people are bulk buying. So FMCG is another business that was definitely going to do well and is doing well during the COVID-19 time. Beauty, another industry that is actually growing a lot. Then comes e-learning. E-learning is one such business that I am myself a part of, and e-learning has seen an exponential growth. At this point of time, the advertising business might go a little down, but at this point of time, because I have multiple channels, multiple businesses, one of this has really helped me because e-learning has helped me lift up. And this is one reason that I've really not, I mean, I haven't put any of my team's salaries on hold or anybody who's been not whose salaries are cut or something like that. In fact, at this point of time, I actually hired more people. This is because e-learning industry boomed, and I don't put all my eggs in one basket, but instead what I like to do is, keep small little eggs in each basket so that one industry goes down, the other goes up. That's the nature of businesses. You should never have only one business. Seventh, medical products industry. I think it goes without saying, sanitizers, supplements, vitamins, these kind of things are really going. People want to enhance their immunity, be safe, take precautions rather than going for the cure part of it. And therefore, they're trying to stay fit. Therefore, this industry is doing extremely well. Eighth, delivery service industry. When I say delivery service, I mean logistics. I mean people who are, now because people aren't able to go out, they need things at home. Home delivery services. Delivery services industry is on a rise like anything at this moment. Home entertainment. What do I mean by home entertainment? I'm sure you guys must have heard of Netflix. You guys must have heard of Amazon Prime, Hotstar. Now, these kind of platforms are really doing well because now that we cannot go out to watch movies, now the entertainment has come to your home, and these kind of platforms are doing extremely well. Then comes online gaming. Many people are out there playing PUBG and God knows what not. Ludo King saw a very big high. Then house party apps and a lot of other apps that, initially at the very beginning, people always want to stay connected with people. So online gaming did really well. Another is online dating. Now, online dating apps and this particular industry is doing extremely well too. Why? Because it's in our human nature to want the touch and feel of somebody out there. We need human companionship. Therefore, online dating is on a high right now. Then comes software industry, and I specifically mean cloud. Why? As you can see, we are currently, despite the pandemic happening, we can conduct beautiful sessions like these. I am able to engage with all of you because of cloud computing. Now, everything out here is happening due to softwares, due to cloud system, and businesses are running smoothly because of such systems. Finally, not a very common thing to say, but yeah, cleaning industry is doing extremely well. So if you actually go to some offices or shops now, they're cleaner than ever. People are more and more cautious at this point of time that definitely nobody should be harmed or nobody should catch any particular virus because, so therefore they are taking much more steps to stay cleaner. So the cleaning industry is really doing very well. Okay, as I've already spoken about this, never have only one business model. That's the road to disaster. Nobody ever wants to be a slave of anything. You should never have one business model. Even if you're doing a job somewhere, you should know that there are several business models. You should be aware about that, that there are several business models which you can do passively so that you're not reliant on one source of income at all times. Even if you have a business, make sure you have one strong business, but whenever you get money out of it, don't just go out there and spend on liabilities like expensive watches or cars or things like that. One needs to make sure that you're making money out of the businesses and then you're investing that money into other businesses. And that money, once you receive, you can then spend that on liabilities. This is a great say, and I really recommend a book to you all, which is called Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, one of the best sellers out there. It will really help people understand about financial freedom. This is really an important book. So, a small reference out there. Okay. Then comes online aggregators. Now, what do we mean by online aggregators? First of all, are we getting, by any chance, am I missing out on, just one sec, are the people actually commenting or something? We've got, yeah. Okay. So here we are, online aggregators. Now, what does online aggregator mean? Online aggregator platforms are, I'm sure everybody must have heard of Flipkart, Amazon, Nykaa, Swiggy, OLX, a lot of these platforms, right? What really happens out there is Amazon, even Ola and Uber for that matter, are aggregators. Now, what does aggregator mean? Aggregator means that they themselves don't own anything as such. So Amazon doesn't own a single product, or Flipkart doesn't, I mean, barring some exceptions now, but Amazon or Flipkart don't own products. People, like there are small vendors, like a lot of vendors out there, millions and millions of vendors out there who actually sell their products online. And what Amazon does is provide the real estate and interface where people can actually go and buy products. So online aggregators, most of the online businesses, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you who are currently running businesses or people who wish to ever start their business would rely on online aggregators. If you have a hotel business, you would have Make My Trip, you'll have booking.com, you will have, all these kind of platforms. If you have a restaurant, you'll have platforms like Zomato, Swiggy, Food Panda. If you are into online selling, you'll definitely be on platforms like Shopify, on Amazon, on Flipkart, on Myntra, on Snapdeal, etc. So usually people like selling it on these online aggregator platforms, which is a very powerful tool in order to make a lot of sales online. So online aggregators also have several types. One is an ODP platform. ODP stands for, I hope everyone has a pen and a paper. If you don't, I mean, I would really appreciate you guys to actually write these down, because as I said, by the end of the session, you can actually expect that you'll get some nice glowing ideas that you can actually implement in your current business or any business in the future. Okay. ODP stands for online delivery platform. Now, online delivery platforms are like Swiggy, Zomato, like these kind of platforms where you usually restaurant kind of businesses. There's also Uber Eats, things like that, right? OTA stands for online travel agency. Make My Trip, as I've already mentioned, TripAdvisor, Booking.com, etc. Other aggregators are Flipkart, Amazon, which I've already spoken about. What are most businesses missing out? Now, I have mentioned two things, and most of you would probably be like, that's not true. Everybody almost has a website, everybody has a social media account. But that's the problem right there. Most of the businesses are missing out optimizing on these platforms. I have actually realized this after speaking to thousands of businesses out there, that there are 99% of the businesses are not making a single penny out of their businesses or the social media accounts. What they're doing is they're utilizing their website to just show as a small brochure or a kind of an information provider. But that's not the purpose. I mean, you're not really leveraging the power of your website and social media. That's something that's very, very important out here. So one needs to make sure that you are making money out of your website or your social media accounts. So optimizing of the website and social media is what most businesses out there are missing out on. And stay till the end. I'm actually going to share a a proper blueprint with you guys that you can leverage and use for your own businesses or your upcoming businesses, which is definitely going to be successful. Attention is key. Now, I'm not asking any one of you to be attentive right now. I know every one of you are. Attention is key means a lot of people say, what's the role of marketing and sales? Like, all right, I've got talent, I've got skill, I do this, I do that. The problem that most people face is that I spoke about this a lot. So let me give you a small example. I'm sure my students already know about it, but let me share that. So in the same book that I had mentioned, Rich Dad Poor Dad, there was a part wherein Robert Kiyosaki is a best-selling author, by the way. So one of the reporters who was doing some sort of she was doing a master's in English literature, maybe. So I read it like 2 years back. So pardon if I'm kind of missing out on something. She came for an interview and asked Robert Kiyosaki that I really don't understand. Like she was a little jealous of him, and she said, "I don't understand. I actually write better than you. It's not like you're a great author. How are you selling so many novels? I mean, it's just ridiculous. I don't understand." To which Robert Kiyosaki replied, read the book cover carefully. It doesn't say that I'm the best writing author. It says I'm the best selling author. Now let that sink in. And what I'm trying to say here is attention is key. If you have great products, if you have great services, but if you're not getting the right attention of the right TG, when I say TG, it stands for target group. It's completely, you're not doing justice to your skill or your products. So marketing is a very, very, very important factor out there. Okay, let's get marketing on steroids. What do we do in order to get marketing on steroids? Definitely digital advertisements. A lot of people refrain from spending money online. They think that, no, this is, I don't know, what if it doesn't work? And they really don't want to spend money on digital ads. But they don't mind spending lakhs and lakhs of money in traditional means of advertisement, like probably a banner or maybe a pamphlet or, posters, etc., etc. See, the thing with digital ads that those traditional platforms cannot do is it gives you data points, small little data points. Please let me know if I'm getting too complicated or, if you think that these are all very like something extremely new. Please do let me know. I would love to simplify it, but I'm trying my level best to actually simplify it. I hope people can understand that. So when I say marketing on steroids, I mean going for digital advertisements. And I mean digital ads, I mean Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Google ads, YouTube ads, LinkedIn ads, and many, many other ads that you can see out there. The power of that is that one of the misconceptions people have is that because I have an Instagram profile and I'm posting something on Instagram, I may have 500 followers and 500 people get what the post I'm posting. That's not true. Out of 500 people, only probably 50 people see your post, out of which only 10 people engage with your post. That is because as platforms, they want to make money. It's a business after all. And in order to do that, they realize that if you pour in money for them, they're going to give better boost to your posts. So those kind of advertisements can really, really help on your marketing. That's a very integral part in getting attention of your target customer. Now, advertisements are also of two kinds. One is search and one is discoverable ads. When I say search ads means Google ads. People, when they search something, put some keywords and then certain ads pop up, like Google ads or YouTube ads. You must have seen you're watching a YouTube video and bam, some video just suddenly comes up in front of you. Those are search ads. It understands that you had a certain requirement. You have a preconceived objective. You put it there and it's there. Second is our discoverable ads. Now, what do I mean by discoverable ads? Discoverable ads are when you don't put anything in the feed, but the algorithm somehow understand, like the Instagram or Facebook try to understand what you probably would like. And they're showcasing some ads. In discoverable ads like Facebook and Instagram ads, you can reach a lot of people. But in search ads like Google and YouTube, you might reach lesser people, but get more conversions, actually make more customers. You can do the same on Facebook and Instagram too, but and you get a lesser cost per lead or cost per conversion. But at the same time, you'll get more serious people on search. So both are good. You can try out anything that you want to, and it costs as little as 100 rupees in a day. Like that's nothing, very honestly. And I really recommend people to kind of try and run ads to get an experience and get an idea what am I really talking about? You'll be shocked, like surprised, pleasantly surprised at what it can really do. Okay, now comes the part of a blueprint of getting regular customers online. Now, this is a blueprint which is not really out there on the internet. It's my own made up blueprint, which has worked out for me numerous times. And I know this that it's going to work out for so many of you out there. The blueprint consists of three stages. And I am advising this for people who are just planning to get their business online or are very nascent. They're not making a lot of money probably online. You might be making a lot of money offline, but not making that much money online. Or if you're planning to just start your business altogether, and how to actually start getting regular clients and customers online. Now, here's how it goes. There are three stages. The first stage is leads. You need to capture leads. And when I say leads, it means that there needs to be a level of proof of concept that, yeah, what you're saying, whatever product or service you have, people are actually interested in buying it online. Unlike offline advertisement, yeah, offline advertisement may not give you data, but it gives you brand value. At the same time, offline advertisements have a higher attention retention. Now, what do I mean by attention retention? It means that if you're actually checking out a poster, you would actually sit down and read the entire thing. Whereas on an online ad, all you need to do is probably just scroll up and it's gone. So that's one of the things. You need to collect leads. Second is branding. Now, after collection of leads, once you've gotten a proof of concept, you need to make sure that you're branding, you're connecting with them and winning their trust. Remember, most of the businesses don't do well not because of their pricing structure. It's actually because they're unable to generate trust amongst their audience. Maybe the audience doesn't feel like it's a worthy return of investment. Maybe you haven't invested enough into building the credibility of your brand. And that happens by either advertising like crazy, they should be seeing you everywhere, or you need to engage with them, personalize things for them, and make them feel important. That's how people trust people. That's how things are exactly in real life too. Finally, sales. Sales is definitely that one part of a business which gets money, unlike other parts like finance, HR, the marketing, IT. Every single part of a business actually takes money from the business. Sales is that only part which actually gives revenue to a business. So sales is very, very important. Let me kind of explain the three parts properly. Okay. So there are certain steps in leads. Number one, you need an ad. Like you've created an ad, you target it to the right kind of people. You can target people like amazingly well. So for example, you can actually target discoverable as like Facebook and Instagram ads for people whose anniversary is about to come. So let's say you're into the jewelry business and you actually want to sell more jewelries. So you can actually target people based on jinka anniversary aane wala hai. So that's a very crazy tool given by Facebook that you can actually do that. Same thing goes for birthdays. Maybe you have a gift giving business or even a jewelry again. You want to gift something to people. It will automatically target people whose birthdays are about to come. And you can run ads based on that. You can run ads based on a lot of other factors. You can run ads based on factors like the people who are interested into the health and fitness industry, people who are interested and actively searching online about fashion products, things like that. And you can literally target those people. Unlike offline ads, wherein probably you have a banner, everybody will see. So you don't know who's personalized, etc., etc. Whereas on digital ads, you can do all of that. Then comes copy. Now, a lot of people don't know what copy is. Copy stands for persuasive writing. So if the writing is good, it's impossible for you to reach out to a million people and individually talk to them and tell them what the product is all about. So you put a certain kind of content below that, right? That this is what the product is all about. But the problem with that content is it's mostly boring and mechanical and robotic in nature. So that's the reason people have copywriters. People hire copywriters who are professionals and they make sure that their writing is so persuasive that people will actually click on the button and want to buy stuff. So copy is extremely an important part in generating leads. Third, once you click on an ad, so you have an ad on Instagram or Facebook. Okay, let me do this. I think I can I would like to stop sharing the screen. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. this. Again, guys, new to this. They're just okay. Okay, somebody asked, Shrija is asking, how's the beauty industry booming now when people aren't moving out of home? It is actually booming. That's one thing that I have to say. It's an extremely important part. It is actually booming a lot. You'll see the sales. It's not booming in the sense that it's not doing better than before, but it is working today thanks to logistical companies like Amazon or other platforms that are actually delivering. Because beauty industry never really dies. It's one of the hobbies, and people love doing that, and especially women for that matter. Even men like Beardo, Ustra, that's also a part of beauty industry, by the way. Like men are now growing beards. Men now have like very long hair. You understand? They want to groom it, and that is also part of the beauty industry. Beauty doesn't just lie to women, by the way. It also applies to men now, and not just that, for women too. I mean, now people are coming online. Now we can see a lot of beautiful ladies out here. They're all well groomed up right now. We can just see it here. Now, don't they apply any of the fashion products out there? Fashion industry is something you can never actually let go of. There's another question: where does fashion textile industry come in? Affected or booming? Absolutely, textile industry is affected at this moment because people like shopping, but at the same time they wear clothes because they want to go out. So that would actually be affected. Okay. Cool. So let me just go forward. So yeah, I was talking about ads. We've come to ad copy. Now, what has happened is that we've got ads. Number one, as I said, that you actually go out there on an ad. Is my video visible? I don't know. I can't see my video. Yeah, it is. No, it's not.
Yes.
You are visible.
I am visible. Okay. Yeah. I don't want to show the screen. I want to show my face now.
Yeah.
Okay. Tourism industry has been affected very badly, very badly. Tourism industries, I think, hit the most during this point of time. I feel bad for the tourism industry, but yeah, I mean, and weirdly, in my advertising, I actually specialize in hospitality industry. So yeah, I understand more than anybody in this. Yes, tourism industry has been hit very badly, affected badly. So yeah, I was talking about, yeah, you go to Instagram and Facebook, you check out the ad, you see the copy, what is written. Now, copy also involves, it's a video ad, because the first step is creating a copy. Because you have to create a storyboard, right? It also involves, if you are checking out a graphic, like what's written on that graphic, how much text should there be compared to the image. A lot of other factors that are extremely important. What's the call to action? What's the hook? What are people getting for free that they'll actually click on that ad? What's the motivation? What actually persuades your TG to actually make that action and click on it? That's extremely important. Once they click on it, they go on a landing page. The landing will actually help a lot for businesses. Provide value before. It could be through a free ebook. It could be something like a small tutorial on something. It could be a small video you made. Anything. Provide value before actually asking for money. And that's one way to give your prospects an experience about your product or your service. As simple as that. Make sure that you have a sign up form there. A lot of websites don't even have a sign up form. Because it's like 1,000 people came to your website. How do you know who are these 1,000 people? You'll just see the number 1,000. You need to make sure that out of these 1,000 people, you're able to identify that, yeah, at least 200 of them, that this is this person, this is this person. That's only possible if you ask them to sign up and provide a value for free. So once you do something like that, you'll start realizing that the number of signups are increasing. You're building up your own email list, maybe a WhatsApp list, maybe a whatever list. So that is extremely crucial out here. Okay. Then comes email automation. Now, I'll give you a fact, guys. Okay, everyone, you need to know that it's a fact. If you sign up online into something and you don't get connected within 5 minutes, if you're not connected, if you sign up somewhere, chances are 30% of the people will have no idea what they signed up for. They'll just forget it. Second fact, if you don't connect with them within the next 24 hours, 70% people will have no idea, like where did they even click? So do you understand what I'm trying to say? How is it humanly possible? Like if you're getting 100 signups at one go, like is it humanly possible for you to like kind of reply to each and everyone individually? Not possible. You need to automate that process. There are several tools like MailChimp. like Sendinblue and several other platforms wherein you can use these APIs to automate it. Of course, like that will be a little more advanced if I try talking about it, but you can clearly just go out there on YouTube, or you can connect with me if you want any particular help in that. And yeah, this is really, really effective. Automation is a very powerful tool. Second part is branding. Now we had 3 milestones, right? I first spoke about leads. Now that is a proof of concept that yeah, you're getting orders because initially you would like to get some orders. Second part is branding. Branding includes SEO. SEO stands for search engine optimization, which means you need to have the right keywords for your website, for your product listing, for whatever it is, your services, etc. And ensure that these kind of people, like you keep those you keep those keywords aligned. Keywords doesn't just mean that, okay, for example, if you're selling lipsticks, the lipstick, you need to know which keyword is being searched, how much, and what would be an optimal keyword for you. Then comes social media optimization. Social media optimization includes what kind of hashtags are you using, how well have you designed the UI and the UX of a social media optimization. People come to your page and they're just going to spend probably 2 or 3 seconds. So just out there, they should be able to be like, yeah, I understood right away what's it all about. Then comes social media posts, stories. It needs to be very regular. Social media engagement. You get comments. Ensure that you're replying to the comments. You've got DMs. Make sure you're replying to the DMs. Do some personal branding on LinkedIn, YouTube, and blogging and Instagram. When I say personal branding, it means that people should know you for your brand. Make sure that you are doing some level of personal branding too. It's quite easy today, especially on LinkedIn. It's pretty organic even now. Finally, blogs and vlogs that you can actually do. By the way, guys, branding is usually organic, and one of the best ways to actually go for that is you can. It's like this. So many people are actually selling clothes, bed sheets, etc. Online on Instagram, Facebook, etc. And people actually just comment saying "PP price, please." And you can actually, just comment, reply to that by saying that, yeah, it's for 1,999 or it's like 3,999, and people are making sales like crazy out there, and that is working. Finally, let's come to sales, and that will be my last topic that I'll touch, and then I'll open the queue for question and answers if that's all right. This will be the last part that I'll actually touch, which is sales. When I say sales, as I said, is the most integral part. Now, one, you have gotten leads who have themselves said that, yeah, we are interested. You understand? Like people have actually themselves said, we are interested. They provided you their name, their phone number, their email address, and now you know that, yeah, this person has themselves showcased their interest. It's easier to connect with them now. Second stage was branding. You have installed trust amongst those people. So it's much better that way. And now third step, you have to close them. It's not easy to close. Not a lot of people are good at that. People may be good at first and second, and third one, it can really go bad. So in sales, you need to have emails that are regularly going out there so that you're in touch with them. Calls is one of the best ways. Then there are video calls that you can do that really works out well, especially in today's time. You need to have scripts ready. Now, when I say scripts, I don't mean things that you need to literally read out. When I say scripts, it means certain objectives that you have to make sure. So, for example, how to install trust, how to understand what kind of questions should we ask, etc., etc. You need to have a proper script in place, which is very powerful and persuasive. Again, a copywriter's work will come in here because how to be persuasive is again very, very important, and not a lot of people are that good at it. Then comes follow-up automation. You need to have an automatic system of regularly following up with them. So in a typical sales cycle, if you're trying to close customers or clients, chances are if they've heard of your brand for the very first time, they won't buy something from you. They won't take your services. So you need to be there again and again in front of them, or you need to be there by following up with them and give them some value, provide them with something through your social media account maybe, or any thought-provoking idea that you have, and you'll eventually realize that they're starting to understand who you are, and you can actually be better at it with you can actually establish a better relationship with them. Then comes follow-up creatives. Don't just directly ask hello, any update. A lot of people do this. They'll ask something like any update question mark. That doesn't work. People feel stressed Like if I want to go and if I ask somebody that any update, hey, we connected last week, what about this? A lot of people do that. It doesn't work. People get more stressed, they get more annoyed that, why are they like putting me in this? They feel claustrophobic in a way. So what we need to do is we need to have creatives and have creative ways to actually engage with them through graphics, through videos. I do this. So even today, if I want to follow up with the person, I'll make a small video probably and share it. Now they'll be like, wow, I don't get a lot of videos. Okay, what is this all about? You could probably share a graphic. You can use Canva and create a graphic in like 5 minutes, I think. You can use voice messages. Use different tools to actually follow up with people. Don't just follow up with the same thing. And that's pretty lazy of actually most of the people if you're doing that. And that's what we need to actually understand. We need to be creative in our ways to be different from other people, because you're not the only person that's following up. I'm sure there must be many, many others out there as well. How do you stand out is, again, attention. As I said, attention is key. Finally, I'm going to talk about closing. And closing means that, okay, everything's there, but you've got their interest, you piqued their interest, they are interested. Now you have to collect the payment. Now that's again a very, very delicate art, because if it's products, it's comparatively easier. But when it comes to services, if it's like an event management company, if you're into B2B business, very, very dicey. Because when you're asking for money, I'll actually give one quote that I always use. You could probably use it for your business as well. I usually say, so for example, people will try to be like, how about, but bagal wali agency to itna charge karti hai, and this and that. I usually say, do you need a better price or do you need results? That's usually the line that I use. I repeat, do you need a better price or do you need results? People don't care how much money they have to spend if they're getting results. So, of course, this doesn't mean that you'll just go out there and say it and it'll work for you. You have to establish credibility, very powerful credibility, before you actually do something like this. Finally, I think I can wrap it up now, and I'll just share one final thing. Maybe this will help a lot of people out there. There is something called a temperature analysis, which I've also shared with my students. I had done this before. Temperature analysis means that you have to understand the temperature of your client or your customer, like which stage are they at. So temperature analysis means that if they're cold, make sure you're putting in more personalized efforts. Like if they're cold, if you ask them direct, like if you just send them a WhatsApp, they'll be like, they won't like it. They'll be like, what how does this person even know me? Because they're cold. They have no idea who you are. There's no brand, there's no relationship, nothing at all. You could probably try a video call, but video call will also not work. Why? They don't want to come on a video call with a random person. So that's also not going to work. So usually when they're really cold, a cold call works. Or usually, I really prefer this and I advise this to people. Try sending a cold email. And through that cold email, you can ask them with an objective to kindly reply with the best time and number to connect with them. That's one of the ways. That's especially for service businesses. And apart from that, if you're into the product line business, please run ads. That nothing works better than that. When it comes to a little warmer, if they're a little warmer, you can then try video calls. You can ask them a few questions, personalize that particular video call for them, give them a good personalized experience. And finally, when they are warm enough, like, they have a very good relationship with you, trust me, then you just send them mails, people buy stuff. It's that simple at times. It's really, really that simple. And to my final part, I'll just like to say that, during this time, I have actually witnessed that e-learning business has done really, really well for me. Before this, advertising business was doing really well. And at this point of time, I kind of stalled the advertising business for a bit and I wanted to pick up e-learning business. So you need to be really quick to pivot and go back, explore new industries, try new things. And if you feel that probably you're from the hospitality industry or event management industry or restaurant industry, which is not doing that well, of course, I mean, it's not easy right now. It's not going to be easy. Even if you go for home delivery services, you're still not getting that many orders as you used to get before, right? The reason is people are now cautious. So be very open-minded to get new skills. Be very open-minded to actually try new things out there. And trust me, things will work out. This e-learning business, I started it a month and a half back, and I'm not joking. I have a lot of students out here. I can see some of the names. And you can literally ask them. I started by making 3,500 per hour, and as of now, I'm making 50,000, more than 50 grand every hour. So this was just 1.5 months back. If you have the right skills and you are open-minded to try new things, trust me, things will work out despite the pandemic. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. This has really been an informative session. Can I now open the floor for question and answers, please?
Absolutely, ma'am.
Komal, will you ask the questions?
Thank you so much, Gauri. Kshitij, that was a fantastic session.
Thank you so much.
The first question we have is from our member, Shweta Kulbe. She wants to know, how do you select locations when you are advertising through Facebook and Instagram? Suppose I want to advertise textiles in a specific zone. What would be the criteria for her to do this?
Okay. So there's a marketing thing that I usually say. I usually am very, like, on a human way, we will never use the word stereotype. It's always a negative word, right? But in marketing, stereotyping is actually a very, very good thing. And we have to stereotype. The reason is that gives you a generic idea where you need to target. So, for example, if we think about some places, like, for example, if I put South Delhi, now we all know South Delhi. What's the stereotype? There are rich people out there. It's a posh area. You can actually target, rich people out there. It's a stereotype. That doesn't necessarily mean that Okhla comes under South Delhi, Shaheen Bagh comes under South Delhi. Several other places come under South Delhi which are not posh. But you can start with something like this. A lot of places are known for something. So, for example, I actually had an ad running in Bangalore, and I just asked my team to stop running that ad in Bangalore. How did I know that? Because the cases suddenly accelerated in Bangalore. And I now know that businesses are going to go on a downfall. So these are things you have to proactively think rather than reactively think, because it's not a good idea to actually, already been hit there and then you decide. You have to be very proactive on that. And the first step could actually be stereotyping it. If you know that, for example, in Gujarat, Gujaratis are very good business people. Gujus are very, very good when it comes to, they love sweets, they love namkeens, they love embroideries. They love, these are things that are very common. Like, for example, people from Bengal, people from Kolkata, we know they're very traditional, in a tradition way, they're very rich. They've got great talents. And we know that writing, they love writing. They're very good at art. They're very good at dance, things like that. You understand? So we can actually use stereotyping as the first point of contact in order to run ads on a certain location.
Thank you so much. Archana ji, may I request you to unmute your mic, please, and ask your question?
Hi, everyone. Hello, Kshitij. It was it's a lovely session with you.
Thank you.
My question is, what is the best way to use digital marketing to beat competition? There is also another question that I want to ask. Is there any quick trick to use product descriptions to establish brand positioning? Was I clear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Clear. First question was how to use digital marketing to actually beat your competition. The best way is, first of all, do a lot of research of the competition. So if you know exactly what your competitors are doing, don't try to slash your prices and bash them that way. That's not really a good approach, I suggest, because slashing off your prices also means that you're showing how lesser your brand is worth. This doesn't apply everywhere, by the way, but I hope people are understanding where I want to apply this. At the same time, the right way to actually get into competition mode when you're into digital marketing is going hyper local. That's one of the best ways that you can actually go. Don't go out there in metropolitan cities right away. For example, if you're in Dehradun, if I run an ad in Dehradun for, let's say, digital marketing agency, which I did, by the way, and I realized that I can see, and a lot of people could see my ads all the time. And the reason was, and I was hardly spending $100 per day, which was nothing. I mean, I spend around $10,000 a day on my other ads. And here I just spend like $100 a day. The reason why it's doing that well is because it's hyper local. People, if you're from there, people actually relate more. And that's one of the ways to actually kill your competition by starting small. Like, it's like this, if you're marketing to everyone, you're marketing to no one. That's something that's very important. If you're marketing to everyone, you're marketing to no one. Make sure you establish a certain niche, micro niche, sub niche. You have these kind of things, and you're just targeting them. That's one way to beat your competition. Establish a brand value, establish trust. That will work. second question was, could you repeat the second question? So sorry, I kind of forgot that.
So my second question was, is there any quick trick to use product descriptions to establish brand positioning?
Yeah, that's a very good.
Can you answer this question in relation to the jewelry industry?
Industry. Okay. Yeah, there is. So actually, what you're talking about are essentially copies. Now, I think I gave an example in the session itself that you need to. One of the most important parts of a product description would be first. Don't make it go like for example, I know it might feel to a lot of people in the beginning that, okay, is this unprofessional? Like maybe people don't take me that seriously. No problem. Do an A/B testing. What is A/B testing? A/B testing is, as the name says, do a testing A, do a testing B, and see which one works out for you. Okay. So one of the things that you can actually try here is, trying first of all, like you're running your current business in the way that it is. What my suggestion to you would be like, personalize the copy. Now, when I say personalize the copy of that product description, I mean select just 2 to 3 products and the best selling ones. So let's say your best selling ones are solitaire rings. Now, if you have solitaire rings which are really selling well, now who do you target? People who just probably got engaged. Oh, no, before that, people who are about, like, you can't know who about to get engaged, but maybe people, okay, let me give another example, not engagement, Pala. That would be wrong. But okay, so let me give another example. Like, for example, you want to gift jewelry. Now, a lot of people buy jewelries during marriages, right? So you can target people who have gotten engaged recently, and those people and the people around them will actually get a lot of, they will actually have to spend a lot of money on jewelry because hota hai, right? Pura parivar mein idhar udhar dena and this and that. A lot of these things usually happen. So at this point of time, there are a lot of bulk orders that get generated. Other things that you can try is anniversary. Now, actually, the solitaire example works good in anniversaries. So, for example, an anniversary is coming. You can literally target your product description. Try it out. It's crazy, but try it out once. So, something like if I were doing an ad for you, I would do something like this. Something like you can actually target the husbands and be like, are you like, do you want to start your entire, like, you understand the entire ad should be something like this. The product description should be something like this, wherein you can say that, isn't it a pain to actually go through and select the right kind of ring? Many times you have to actually go and impress the best friend of your wife in order to understand which one she loves the most. Don't worry. How about this? We make it's super simple for you. I'll give you the 10 best ring designs that have been proven for a lot of women in your area, and I definitely feel that one of this will reshine your entire business, like reshine your entire relationship with your wife, something like that. Because, well, men are very lazy, like, they don't like really going out there and buying stuff. They have no idea. They want the easiest way possible. You can actually leverage that feeling into making your copy of your product description more personalized, and try running like landing pages for that rather than directly going out there, because most of the people run jewelry ads, like entirely jewelry ads. Now that won't work directly, or it might give you some level of sales. This would be very personalized level sales. Another very important part, how you can beat your competition, by the way.
Komal, there's a question from Mr. Aman Mittal.
There's one question before that, Gauri, from Kiranji. So, Kiranji, would you unmute your mic and please ask the question? Thank you.
Thank you, Komal. My question was, like, I've been getting a lot of queries from our flow members. If we can open a digital market for UK flow members where they can showcase their product and they can buy and sell, how Kshitij, you can help us in creating that digital market?
It's quite simple and actually a very brilliant idea. Whoever asked these, I mean, this is actually a very, very brilliant idea. You can actually open up an e-commerce portal, just like a Flipkart or an Amazon, which is super cheap. It's not as expensive or not that extensive as people make you believe. It's super easy, super cheap, super implementable as well, and that can literally start within a month. It's that simple. You can have all your members' products listed out there. People can actually go out there and buy stuff for whatever they like. It can actually have an entire, like, it can be a FICCI related e-commerce portal wherein there could be products related to textiles, fashion, jewelry, etc., etc., etc. People can go out there and actually buy stuff. It will be very great even inside, like it can be very good intra FICCI members as well. FICCI is a very huge organization. So not just FICCI Flow, but even for the FICCI members around India, it can be a very powerful tool.
So you please help us, and thank you so much for answering.
100%, 100%.
May I now request Mr. Raman Mittal to unmute his mic and ask the question?
Hi, thanks a lot, sir. It was a great session. Got to learn a lot of details today. So I have two questions. So the first question is, how do you add personalizations and select a niche on a service-based industry? So let's take an example of a person who is pursuing website development. How can he or she decide a niche and add personalization on his ads in this type of industry?
Okay, good question. Can I answer the first one? Then you can ask the second question post that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So it's actually a very good question. So, but the challenge for most of the industries out there is we need to understand the point A and point B of your prospects. So what does point A and point B mean? Let me explain. So point A is where your customers currently are, like prospects currently are. Point B is where you're going to take them by the end of it. Most of the people will be like, hey, I want to build up websites. That's a very transactional move. If you ask somebody to just say that, okay, do you want to build websites, or we provide websites at so and so cost. If you're selling at cost, if you're selling at websites, you need to know what you're selling. Okay, let me give a small example. I'm sorry, I'm going to drive a little bit away, but it makes sense what I'm going to say. What are your thoughts? What do you think? What is Domino's like really selling? What do you think Domino's is selling?
I think speedy delivery.
Very good answer. Very good answer. A lot of people would actually be like, yeah, it's selling pizzas, it's selling junk food. But the answer is speed. Domino's is selling speed. People are buying because they can get it within 30 minutes. And that's the whole point. In this particular part, if you're selling, for example, what are you selling? Are you selling cost? Like that is cheap? Are you selling the fact that you are able to counter the problem with a particular website? Most of the people go like, yeah, we can create websites in Angular, we can create websites in Python and this and that. Most of the people don't even know what that is. So what you really need to understand, rather than playing a small role in that point A to point B, make sure you are that individual person who's taking the person from point A entirely to point B. That is very difficult. It's not as simple, like right away to understand this, but it's something like you have to understand what's their real goal. Why do they even want a website? Well, of course, they want a website because they want to establish a new funnel so that they can get regular clients and customers. Maybe they want a place wherein people can buy products. So in short, that means they want sales. So I know that your particular role will just come in terms of building a website. But if you're focusing and selling it just on the basis that, yeah, we're a website development company. What can we do? This is what we do. That's all that we do. That's not how it should be. You should actually understand if they're at point A, you need to take them at point B. The point B is not that they need a website. What is their goal out of the website? So it's actually a very important part to do some root cause analysis to understand and ask hundreds of questions to your prospective client that exactly what do they really, what is their real intention? What do they really, really, really want? Plus, when you ask questions, client speaks, and it's just like on a date. If you allow for example, if you're a guy, if you're allowing the girl to speak more, it turns out to be a good date. It's just like that with the customer. If you're allowing them to speak more, that actually works out much better because they feel more confident, they like you, they encourage. And based on that, you'll also get more data about that particular person. And that's how you should actually be putting your services forward. If you're just a website development company, for example, best way is you need to make sure that you're collaborating with other agencies, understand the core problem. Because even if they give you all the expectation that, yeah, sure, we're going to do it for you. I'm sure you understand. It's not just you. They're definitely talking to 10 other agencies out there. So wherever they get that agency who's going to help them out in point A to point B, they're going to select that. So might as well be more proactive and go out there.
Got it, sir. Perfect.
Thank you.
So one more question in this itself
Excuse me, Amitji, I would like to interrupt here. There's one last question, and we're already running out of time. You've had 2 questions in that one question space. Maybe you could connect with Kshitij later and ask your question then. Thank you. Gauri, over to you.
Kshitij, I have a car business and I just wanted to find out what is the future of high investments business like that. We have car dealerships.
Car dealerships. Okay. All right. So, car dealership, it's an offline business or an online business?
No, at the moment we have showrooms. We are going to now try and create websites to start selling them online.
Yeah, actually, Audi is actually doing this already. So, one of the best ways is that it's a very high ticket item. For people who don't understand what high ticket means majorly it costs a lot. So, a product which is like very expensive is called a high ticket item. The higher the ticket size, the more time it takes for the sales cycle.
Yeah.
And for Ms. Gauri, so for you, I mean, in your car dealership store, I would actually ask you to implement. I don't know if you're doing it or not. People can go on, get a 3D idea of exactly how the car looks like. And after getting that, they request for a free test drive. Now, what they really do is they literally take the car to a certain area, like let's say it's under a certain region. Like if your showroom is in Dehradun, for example, you have probably a 10-kilometer radius. That within 10 kilometers, whoever does, we're going to actually take the car for free. You can go out there, check it out. A guy is going to be there. You can drive around, see for yourself how do you feel it, and then ask several questions related to that. So that's one part of it. Another part of it is, especially at this moment, for example, during the COVID-19 time, I'm sure the sales must be dropping. So at this point of time, it's definitely a very difficult time for automobile industry. So at this point of time, people want to maintain their cars. Now, as you have a car dealership company, you don't have to create a separate business model entirely. You can connect with other local vendors like local mechanics and several other spare parts, etc. people. Tell them that I am actually going to put that on my website, for example. And as and when I get orders, they deliver, but you get a good commission out of that. So that's one other use that you can actually do in the automobile industry, like in your particular sector.
Thank you so much for your questions and answers. And now I would like to invite our senior vice chairperson, Ms. Komal Batra, to say her vote of thanks. Komal,
thank you so much, Gauri. Kshitij, that was a fantastic session. On behalf of the entire members, the office bearers, the executive committee, and everyone who joined us from different parts of the country today, on behalf of each and every one of them, I thank you so much for taking out special time for Flow members and sharing from the bottom of your heart. You covered the marketing aspects, you covered the business aspects, your branding, email marketing. I mean, you just laid out the whole system bare for us to understand how deep the whole process is. And you've, I think, opened up Pandora's box for us to study and analyze where all we need to consider at this moment for our business's growth. Thank you so very much. I would also like to thank our day chair, Ms. Anuradha Doval. Thank you so much for bringing out this hidden gem from your family, Anuradha ji, and having him share his expertise with us. I would like to request the IT team to share our token of gratitude, our memento for the chief speaker, Kshitij Doval ji, please, on the screen.
Thank you so much.
IT team, may I also request you to present our memento for our day chair, Ms. Anuradha Doval ji.
So wonderful. Thank you so much.
I would like to extend my thanks to each and every one of you who is present with us here on WebEx, and also logging into the YouTubes and viewing it live from different parts of the country. Thank you to the entire team who has worked effortlessly and throughout the period to bring this program to all of you. Thank you very, very much. Over to Tripti to understand what are the upcoming programs this month for all of you.
Thank you, Komal. So, our upcoming program is what we are having on 10 July. We are having a webinar on labor reforms and labor laws that can help enterprises during COVID financial distress by Shri Harak Singh Rawatji, Cabinet Minister for Labor and Ayush Ministry, Uttarakhand. Next, we are coming up on 15 July with a webinar on mental health, which is related with neurological disorders by a very well renowned doctor from London, Dr. S.K. Bansal. Looking forward to your logins and presence for the coming up webinars in July. Thank you so much.